Well, hello, friends, and welcome to the $1 Million Message. This is National Sales Director Kristin Sharpe coming in with your Thursday Thankful Message. And happy June. Happy Mary Kay Seminar Year End. Oh, my goodness. I came back from the NSD trip to Alaska on fire to finish the most exciting and exhilarating time of our Mary Kay year. You see, if you've been around Mary Kay a little while, you know that we call this championship season. And people in Mary Kay, we love this time of year because this is when character is revealed. Perseverance and resiliency are tested, attitudes are formed, victories are won, and queens are crowned. You guys, this is where we find out who makes promises and who keeps promises. And that's why we call it championship season, because during the last 30 days of the seminar year, the called, the committed, the courageous, and the convicted will take their energy and efforts to new heights. Records are going to be set and broken. Belief barriers are going to be raised. And those who are contributing to the miracles that are happening at this very moment will be forever changed. Lessons of what works and what does not work will permanently be ingrained into the heads of the risk takers. And many will be working to finish a goal, while others will be working to get a head start towards next year's goal. But this is when the champions, true champions, bring their game to this business, regardless of what's happened in the months before, because it's peak performance time, and beauty consultants and sales directors and national sales directors are re-energized by hope, pride, purpose, and the unconditional love and support that you provide. This is Mary Kay at its best. You know, as you study champions, I have found that there's been some consistencies, qualities that you would just see in many of them. And let me share with you. First, in champions, the victory is won in their head and heart before the work is done. The victory is won in their head and their heart before the work is done. Champions know the rules of the games, and they're willing to play better than they've ever played before. Champions believe the risk of victory is worth more than the disappointment of failure. Champions believe that the risk of victory is worth more than the disappointment of failure. And champions have champion mentors. Champions also know that there's nothing more powerful than a winning attitude. And they're motivated by their dream, but they're made by their routine. Champions also focus on maximizing their strengths, not protecting their weaknesses. And champions have unquestionable integrity. Also, champions are the extra milers. They don't just do enough to get by, they do the and then some. And champions never give up. So, let's talk a little bit about this. For example, champions, the victory is won in their head and their heart before the work is done. You see, over my 19 years in Mary Kay, that's right, this month is my 19th year anniversary. I've seen sales directors and consultants miss a goal simply because they never believed they could achieve it. I've also seen people miss goals that said all the right things to others. They had convinced themselves that they deserved the victory, or they simply maybe just weren't willing to put forth the effort needed to achieve the goal. You must convince yourself that you deserve the victory, and you must be willing to put forth the effort needed to achieve the goal. The victory is won in your head and your heart before the work is done. Also, you guys, champions, they have champion mentors, okay? Champion mentors. A champion mentor is the only person who can stretch an average dream into a great one. And Mary Kay, she was our champion mentor. She breathed belief into champions for nearly 40 years. Do you remember the stories of the shy, meek, scared young woman who broke through her fears and became a top NSD? Or what about the one that was just looking for a few extra dollars to supplement her family's income, who's now a Mary Kay multimillionaire? Finally, do you recall the woman that wrote like a bad check to order her starter kit? She was off to a less than powerful start, but now enjoys the lifestyle of the rich and famous. I could go on for days about the uncommon champions that have been nurtured through the love and the support of our champion mentor, Mary Kay. Now more than ever, you're the champion mentor that your team members, your unit, turns to for encouragement and leadership. It's your breath that breathes hope and belief into their dreams. You never know when a phone call, a text, or a message, a postcard is going to make a difference between someone deciding to take a chance rather than giving up. And that brings me to this point. Champions never give up. Champions are champions because they try, they keep going, and they finish. So, in these last few weeks of the seminar year, I want to remind you of a question that we ask ourselves over and over again. What would Mary Kay do? What would Mary Kay do? I feel like it's like the "What would Jesus do" bracelet, but in our business, what would Mary Kay do? That question often is asked when we're facing a crisis or a critical decision. But I think it's appropriate to also ask when we're facing the decision of stretching for a personal goal or helping a team member or unit member achieve a goal. What would Mary Kay Ash do? Well, I think Mary Kay would weigh the costs, time away from family, the emotional and physical commitment required to do the work. She would consider the rewards, a walk across stage, a diamond ring, or B, the satisfaction of accomplishing the goal. And she would engage the family in the decision. It's not success if you lose your family in the process. So you need to engage your family in the decision. And also consult with someone who's already achieved success, because it's the winners, not the whiners, who can help you achieve excellence. And I believe that Mary Kay would work like everything depended on her and pray like everything depended on God. Welcome to championship season. Queens are going to be crowned. Records are going to be broken. Belief barriers are going to be busted through. We want to celebrate you. You are a champion. Mary Kay has given us this beautiful gift of 55% skincare. What are you going to do with it? Remember, everything happens close to the product. Bookings are the lifeline of this business. And when you work this business full circle and you do it close together and appointments close together, you can achieve anything. Remember, you're a champion, and I can't wait to celebrate you at seminar. This is NSD Kristin Sharpe signing off. Make today, make these next 25 days, days that count. Love you all.